Hi there, folks. This is David from Gray Music here with another Patreon stream. Today we are doing some orchestral composing for a song idea that I was coming up with this morning in the shower. So we're going to do, let me walk you through what I have so far. I'm working in Logic because that's what I like to use. But some of the basic principles here I'm going to explain up front, work with anything. So I've got my generators. I'm using Hollywood strings, brass, and winds. I don't have the winds set up yet, but I'll walk you through that. But they are in the play engine. So my input is my play engine, and my routing is what I like to do. I separate it out into categories. So strings all go through bus 10. Which then has, some effects. I can individually boost the different levels of different instruments, different sections, and it's basically just macro managing versus micromanaging. So here I can boost all the strings. I can boost the individual articulations here. I've got sustain, spiccato, and string effects. I don't think I have anything in effects yet, but we'll see what comes up later. And like for the brass, I have rips on effects. I know I'm going to use some of those horn rips. Then I have a little EQing to brighten it and boost the level for strings because those are especially low in these patches. And I've got a tiny little compressor. I can actually give it a little more range than that, just to even out levels. And then it sends it all three of these. They all do the same thing basically: winds, brass, and strings. They all apply a little bit of effects. For brass, I know that the low end's a little heavy, so I'm going to carve that out a bit. Same with the woodwinds. Low end's a little heavy, so I'm going to carve it out a little. And they're all boosting the upper end because I like that. Not too much, but just a little. And they're all going out through the same convolution reverb, which is this guy. I'm going to turn that down just a little more, actually. Okay, so basically, sound gets generated here, goes through these effects, then goes out to the same reverb. Everything's going to go through the same reverb. That's something I really like to do in this situation. And I'm also going to apply a spreader to that. So let's see. Excuse me. So I'm going to throw in a stereo enhancer. Where's my imager? There it is. And I like this one. This is Waves. I know some people don't care for it, but I really never do much with it. I just add a little bit of field. There we go. And I've already got stuff panned here, so this just kind of widens it a little bit before it goes to that reverb. So within each of these, I have the specific instruments. So let's just open up this play real quick, this instance. So I've got second violins, violas, cello, and basses, and they're all panned to their appropriate section or appropriate area in the symphonic layout. So those guys are set. Let me work on the woodwinds here real quick. So we've got our play here. Oh, I just cloned the rip channel there. RIP. So let's grab I hate how it doesn't have this in front of it. I should just rename that and stop being frustrated by it. So what I want is a bass clarinet and a normal clarinet. And where? Oh, it's right there in front of me. So we'll do the sus accent, I think, is the best of these guys. So there's our bass clarinet. We're loading up our samples. And I've never streamed while I'm doing a full orchestral thing, so I don't know how this will work in terms of taxing my machine. Might not go well, so we'll see. We might have to cut the stream short and then just show you what we have at the end. But while these load, oh, there we go. Continue. It's lying. It's not actually low on memory. It just thinks it is. It does that a lot to me. It's something about working in 64-bit versus 32, and it just confuses itself a lot. I think we're good. I just want the clarinet and the bass clarinet, I think. So real quickly, I'm going to play some of this for you. The keyboard is behind me, so I'm not going to be able to talk very effectively while I'm playing. But so this is... Oh, wait, I didn't pan those. Oops. Let me pan those first. Stupid. Stupid David. And I'm afraid we're going to get some headphone wire smacking the pop filter. And I'm sorry about that. Just bear with me. I'll find a better setup at some point. So clarinets, I'm going to turn down just a touch, because we don't want those guys to get too feisty in here. And with the bass clarinets a little more right. That's pretty good. Okay. Oh, turn off the doubling. We don't want the doubling on. Okay. There we go. Everything else is peachy keen just the way it loads up. Okay. So we've got our wind sus now. Routing through our wind EQ and our multi-channel or multi-band compressor. And that's going, oops, that's not going where it should be going. That should be going to bus 1, our reverb. Okay. So real quickly, let's just play around with this just to make sure it sounds right. Okay, so it's a little low. Let's make these -2. Bring all of it up. I save constantly because, you know, that's a good idea. Even though Logic has like crash protection and saves your backed up version, it's still something that is a good habit to have. Okay, I'm going to turn that bass clarinet up a little more, I think. Or maybe we'll just turn our clarinet down a little. That's better. That's a better approach to it. Always, well, not always, but carving out stuff or reducing things rather than raising others is a good way to think about it. Especially in EQing, when you're talking about different frequency levels, it's a good idea to carve something out rather than boost something else, because that gives you more headroom. Anyway, yeah. Moral lessons. Okay, that's pretty good. That's not bad. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, so we got that. Let's, you know what? I'm going to delete these two for now. I don't think... Yeah, delete anyway. I know they're assigned. I don't think we're going to need those additional effects for the woodwinds. I really just want that... they're just going to come in for cordage and color, woodwind color. Reed color. Okay, let's throw on, let's see, we're gonna grab a contact instrument. There we go. And let's see, this one needs to be, we're gonna go to Rust, which is a sound iron patch. Let's see here, let's bop over to Rust 1, version 2. There we go. So what we want is a something that sounds like a brass rail might be good. I'm looking for something that sounds like an anvil, but has a little more character. Woo, noisy. That's a little too much character. Let's see. I know. Should have done this beforehand. Let's try this one. Haven't used Rust in a while, so that's way too much character. Let's see. The rail, I just can't remember specifics about these patches, so These are good, but not quite what we're looking for. We're looking for something a little more metallic and in your face, a little more tuned. That's better. That sounds too much like a gong. Okay, okay. We're going to grab the untuned ensemble and just work with that. Excuse me. And we'll kind of play around and see if anything in this sounds appropriate. And then we'll grab that to save memory. Okay, I know you're taking a minute to load up. Oh no, the color wheel. Okay, there we go. That's better. I was a little worried, but we're okay. Everything's all right. Don't worry about it. So again, we're looking for like an anvil. That's pretty good. This guy's the best so far. I like that one. I just don't know what that one is. Oh, is that the crowbar? Is that what it's called? Crowbar, yeah. I think that one's just crowbar. Yeah, this is what we want. Okay, perfect. So we got a crowbar smacking stuff. Let's call this anvil. And we're going to need to turn it down a little bit. Let's do 6 and throw it straight to the reverb and see what it sounds like. You know, that reverb worked really well for... It's got quite a bit of early reflection, though, which I am not a fan of. So, you know, we're going to grab a similar length. Let's try warm. Just the plain old warm haul. -2, -9-ish. That's better. We don't have that early reflection that sounds like it's machine gunning or echoing. We just want that nice tail. Okay, so we've got our anvil. Now I'm going to copy that puppy, and we're going to do a drum. War drums. We're going to make this cool. And we might do multiple instances of this, or not, depending on what we can pull off in just one of these. One instance. Drums of War 2. This is my favorite thing ever. It's quite delightful. If you haven't checked it out, and you're a composer, you need it. Just come on, just get it. It's Cinesamples, and they make good stuff and pay their musicians and share profits, and they're quite nice. Let's load up for. Oh, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You do this to me every time because we have multiple drives. Okay. 4, 2. Let's load up 3 of these so we can do some stereo imaging. Make it seem gigantic when it's gigantic, but not that gigantic. And 1. Here we go. Just find it. Just do it. Quit being a jerk. Okay, we'll go left, center, and right. Let's do 56. Is that 56, yeah, close enough. Okay. Change all these over to dry since we're sending them through our own reverb. And perfect. So. Oh, right. Stupid me. Let's make these all one so that they run through the same thing. Okay, awesome. So those are sounded pretty good. I need to, let's do a little compression. Oops, what am I doing? Dynamics compressor. And let's grab like a default for a tom. Turn that down, turn that down. And let's see, let's make it a little bit of a knee. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. Yeah. Okay, there we go. We got that puppy going. And that'll mean that we're going to need to turn it down even more. But before we do that, let's EQ it. Again, removing stuff so we can add stuff in later is a good idea. So, let's turn on the analyzer. I really want more of that low-end thud, so let's do +8 here. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do a little peak here to get a little more of that impact sound, so it's not just the thudding, thundering thudding. Okay, how about we go down to like 90 and spread it a little wider. There we go. Okay, good, good. That's close to what I'm thinking of. Let's turn it down a little more. Oops, what did I do there? -9, yeah. Okay, okay, that's pretty good. Let me turn down both sides a little bit. So the one I have panned left and the one I have panned right. We're going to turn down to -9, -9. Let's make sure we like the one in the middle. Yeah, that's a good one to have in the middle there. Okay. Nice. Okay. I am going to do a separate output for these puppies, and we're going to do the same reverb on these. So we're going to have the same. What am I doing? That's this is a Logic default, Logic native plugin. We're going to do the same reverb. Halls, warm hall. Yep. Just more direct and quite a bit less of that reverb. So we have it punchier. Yeah, we want that direct sound. And let me turn this back up a little bit. Cool. Cool. That's pretty good. I'm going to turn this, give it a little high bump there for that upper stuff. So our impacts sound a little more impacty. I'm going to turn this down a little bit and spread it just a little more up to here. That's really where they're. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. So we've got our drums, our anvil, our instruments, and our orchestral sections. So that's enough to start with now. So what I was thinking is we're going to get like every 8 counts, we're going to have an anvil hit. So I like that, but I'm also going to throw on a pitch shifter. we go down a little bit. There we go. A little more than that. Not bad. What if we do 100? Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna balance this a little bit, up a little bit. Okay. Let's do 4 and a little. Cool. And we're also going to EQ this puppy. Again, we want some more low end. It's a little too low. Let's find that where it hits. That's it. Nice. Okay. So we've got our anvil set. We've got our strings, and we've got our brass, and we've got all of our different variations. So, okay, right, what I was saying. We're gonna have an anvil hit every 8 counts. We might do an introduction kind of thing or a build into it, but let's just work on the main phrase for now. 3, 4. Okay, so our MIDI is a little out of sync because we're overloading everything. Let's just quantize these puppies, and we're gonna bring everything up in terms of velocity. I started doing more notes to make it hit harder, but I really do like that higher velocity hit. Actually, that around 100 is pretty nice too. Just depends on what's playing in the round robin. So they're playing different. These are, all, I don't know how many round robin, but multiple samples of the same note. So it kind of varies, especially with an unusual instrument like this. This is just a crowbar smacking other metal. Oh, that one's good. Yeah, okay. Once you get that 3 note, so it looks like stacking it three notes together, one in the higher end of the samples available. Yeah, we get a nice. You can probably hear it in your right ear. Yeah, right channel. There's a really nice high end ringing post impact. Oh no, there isn't. Again, round robin. Hopefully we'll get what we want. So let's go to our strings here, and I'm just gonna do it in F minor. Been playing a lot in A flat major recently for another project, and I'm really not sure what I want this to be, so I'm just gonna noodle for a little bit here. Let me set this to loop. Not liking the way that that's starting out. we are really maxing out our memory here. Okay, you know what? Since I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, I need to play around it with the structure and our instrumentation. We're going to call the stream right there, and basically you'll have to check out the Patreon, which is patreon.com/GRAEY. And this final piece will be up there later today, or perhaps early tomorrow, depending on how easily this flows. But you can check it out there. And yeah, we're definitely overloading. So it looks like doing a full orchestral thing is probably too much for the